Hello viewers and welcome to the Shortlist Show. Tim Poole here, editor of Gambling Insider, and we're here for our fourth Shortlist Show so far, the third of the year. But this time we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're breaking the Americas preview into 3 episodes. Naturally, we're going to start with episode 1, and I'm joined by Mariya Savova, host and event manager for the Global Gaming Awards. Mariya, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Tim. Always great to sit down with you and discuss the Global Gaming Awards, whether it's EMEA, Asia Pacific, or the Americas.
Yeah, we've got plenty of categories to discuss, plenty going on in the industry, as always. The show's going to be in Vegas. You're going to tell us a little bit about it in a second, but right now we're recording at the Hippodrome, which is obviously a former home of the awards in London and the EMEA. Plenty of fun memories here for us, the awards, and for you as a host. Tell us about what it means to us.
The Hippodrome means a great deal to us as a company, to me as a person living in London. It's an iconic venue. As you said, it's the former home of the Global Gaming Awards, Europe, Middle East and Africa, but also worth mentioning it is a multiple Global Gaming Award winning property. I've lost count how many times the Hippodrome has won the Casino of the Year, probably 5 or 6 now. And it has won them very deservingly. Just a disclaimer, it's not because the awards were held here. As people know, the awards are the fairest in the industry. We have KPMG auditing the voting process. So the Hippodrome won the Casino of the Year several times, very deservingly, because we know this. I'm sure some of our viewers will know, and maybe not all of our American viewers, but the Hippodrome is one of those properties that just doesn't stop reinventing itself. We've just been downstairs doing a tour of the new sportsbook, which our viewers can see on the huddle very soon. And overall, I have, very fond memories of the Hippodrome and the awards here. Actually, the first Global Gaming Awards hosted in the Hippodrome coincided with me starting at the company. So it's probably one of my fondest memories, the very first edition of the Global Gaming Awards, Europe, Middle East and Africa here in the Hippodrome. And especially, it was one of those ceremonies where we got mainly just CEOs in the room. It was a very intimate event, but a very high level. And I don't think we've seen that many CEOs in one room at the same time.
Yeah, definitely very prestigious guest list for every awards that we do. Great to hear the personal memories for you. And obviously, as we say, it's steeped in history, this property. But it's interesting you mentioned that it reinvents itself. That's something Las Vegas is very good at doing as well.
Indeed.
And obviously, these awards, the Americas Awards, will be in Las Vegas. Tell us all about when and where, how people can tune in, if anyone's looking to attend, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So as always, the Global Gaming Awards Americas will be on the Monday of G2E week. So that is the 6th of October this year. We're going to host them, as always, in the Venetian Las Vegas at lunchtime from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. local time. Tables have sold out at the minute. So unfortunately, those who couldn't secure a table will have to tune in online. We'll be live streaming the event as always. It will stay available on demand. It is our flagship event, so it is naturally our biggest event. About 500 attendees from all over the industry in the Americas, 15 categories to go through. Very exciting, as always.
Yeah, plenty to look forward to, and some new categories which we'll get into sneak preview spoiler in episode 2. But for now, I think we're ready to tell people a little bit more about the categories in episode 1.
We're starting with Land-Based Operator of the Year, recognizing the companies setting new standards in gaming, hospitality, and entertainment. This category is sponsored by Novomatic. First up, Churchill Downs Incorporated, building on record 2024 revenues and delivering a historic 151st Kentucky Derby. The company also began its largest ever expansion at Churchill Downs Racetrack, ensuring future generations enjoy an even greater Derby experience. Next, MGM Resorts International, posting record consolidated net revenues in Q2 this year and unveiling a $2.3 billion proposal to transform Empire City Casino in New York. With major room renovations underway at MGM Grand, the brand continues to redefine luxury for its guests. Joining them, Wynn Resorts, which marked 20 years of Wynn Las Vegas while achieving record earnings, Construction is also well underway on its $5.1 billion UAE resort, further expanding Wind's global reach. Caesars Entertainment is also in the shortlist, celebrating the grand opening of Caesars Virginia and a bold proposal for Caesars Palace Times Square. With even more new projects across North America, Caesars continues to shape the future of land-based gaming. Then we have Penn Entertainment driving omni-channel growth through ESPN Bet. It also opened its new Hollywood casino, Joliet. Penn's strong digital to retail strategy is redefining the casino experience. Bally's Corporation makes the list too and advancing a Chicago casino resort development while expanding its portfolio with 4 high-performing Queen casinos. With a $4 billion vision for Bally's Bronx, the company is betting big on the future. Next up, Hard Rock International expanding with new properties in Bristol, Ottawa and Tejon. It also unveiled a bold vision for New York's Metropolitan Park, showing the power of the global entertainment brand that it is. Also shortlisted is J&J Gaming, powering more than 3,600 licensed venues with over 29,000 machines. With a history dating back to 1929, the company continues to innovate in distributed gaming at scale. Boyd Gaming is next, marking its 50th anniversary with record revenues and groundbreaking on a new Nevada property. Boyd remains a disciplined operator with a focus on both growth and long-term stability. And finally, Choctaw Casinos and Resorts elevating hospitality with the opening of Choctaw Landing and pioneering cryptocurrency and digital assets as a new source of liquidity for casino patrons.
Now on to another competitive category. Digital Operator of the Year recognizes the pinnacle of gaming marketing and customer-facing online innovations. Sponsored by Spribe, this category sees FanDuel as the reigning champion, with recent previous winners also including the likes of BetMGM and Rush Street Interactive. Leading with last year's category winner, FanDuel, an operator that has retained its position at the top of the market via maintaining consistent leading GGR and NGR market share position throughout 2024. Recently, the operator introduced a range of new innovations and upgrades to earn a place as the #1 rated sports betting app on the store, and of course it's also #1 for online casino in market share. Our next nominee is DraftKings, often battling FanDuel for top spot, an operator which has continued to lead the way in sports betting excellence in recent years. DraftKings remains a steadfast leader in strategic growth, innovation, and RG, following from its successful takeover at Jackpocket in 2024. Next, we have a 2-time category winner, as mentioned, BetMGM, whose recent industry-first wallet connectivity innovations and consistent leading marketing, product, and player engagement initiatives have led to strong financial performance and rising engagement metrics. Also making the shortlist is another regular nominee, Caesars Entertainment, which has in recent years delivered consistent record-breaking performance across online casino and sportsbook. The 2024 redevelopment of Caesars Palace Online Casino and launch of Horseshoe Online Casino made this year's Super Bowl the most bet-on event in Caesars sportsbook history. Joining Caesars is Bet365, which over the past 12 months has experienced explosive growth within the US market. In the wake of the opening of its US HQ in Denver, the globally recognized brand is now live in 14 states, having entered 5 during the last year. Fanatics Betting and Gaming is the next nominee for the Digital Operator of the Year award. Having established itself as America's fastest growing sportsbook, the operator's PointsBet acquisition led to the expansion of the company's footprint, spurring on record wagering handle and fast-growing brand awareness. Next, we have Hard Rock Bet. Having launched its 24/7 digital center in Atlantic City and expanded its online casino features in New Jersey, Hard Rock Bet's recent focus on personalization and rewarding user experiences has helped cement its reputation as one of the premier sports betting operators in the US. Our next nominee, ESPN Bet, which has continued to build on its bold 2023 US debut by bolstering engagement via partnerships with the likes of top-tier sports teams and entertainment entities. Powered by Penn Entertainment, the ESPN Bet app has achieved fast-growing popularity in the American market, and of course is using that famous name within sports broadcasting. Next on the category is Rush Street Interactive. As mentioned, it's won this category before. It's drawn an enhanced focus on LatAm expansion over the past 12 months, so not just in the US. It's debuted its RushBet platform in Peru. This, paired with the launch of BetRivers Poker across the US, has allowed RSI to rank consistently among the best operators in the industry, very much punching above its weight. Last but not least, we have Bally's Interactive. having posted a 12.5% rise in Q2 2025 North America interactive revenue. The Bally Bet Sportsbook is now officially active in 11 US states. The operator also saw expansions in New Jersey, Ontario, and Pennsylvania in 2024.
And now it's time to recognize the incredible properties that define the future of hospitality, entertainment, and gaming in the Property of the Year category. First, Gun Lake Casino Resort in West Michigan, which completed its $300 million transformation into a full-service resort with a breathtaking glass-domed oasis that transforms from tropical escape to concert venue. Gun Lake now rivals the nation's top destinations. Next, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Bristol, Virginia's first full-scale casino, which opened last year. Since opening as a temporary facility back in 2022, it has welcomed over 4 million guests and set revenue records, proving to be a true economic and cultural powerhouse for the region. Also on the list, MGM National Harbor, which remains one of the most profitable casinos outside of Nevada. With the debut of its first ever Ultimate Firelink Zone, MGM continues to set the standard for innovation. We also have the Rose Gaming Resort in Virginia, which has quickly established itself as a premier entertainment destination. With a mix of gaming, green space, and community investment, it shows how a resort can transform an entire region. Up next, Yaamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, the only AAA 5-diamond casino resort with over 7,400 slots. And world-class spa and entertainment offerings, Yaamava redefines luxury in Southern California. Then we have Caesars Virginia, which opened in Danville last December with nearly 1,500 slots, a WSOP poker room, and Gordon Ramsay's kitchen. It's already making a mark as a premier Caesars destination. Up next, Pechanga Resort Casino, one of the largest in the country, with its 1,100-room hotel, a poolside oasis, and a newly opened North Bar gaming experience. Pechanga continues to set the bar for excellence. Also nominated is Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City, where $50 million worth of upgrades this year brought new rooms, dining concepts, and even an immersive mini-golf. Ocean combines luxury with innovation right on the boardwalk. Durango Casino Resort, which opened in late 2023, has already captured a loyal customer base with its fresh design and strong performance. Its Phase 2 expansion just 1 year later shows how quickly Durango is shaping the Las Vegas landscape. And finally, Jamul Casino Resort in San Diego County, which unveiled its striking new 16-story luxury hotel this summer. With seamless guest experience from the casino floor to the boutique tower, Jamul has cemented its place as a top destination.
As well as North America, we're also focusing on LatAm and Caribbean operators. And Latin America is a huge discussion point at the moment, plenty for us to even talk about now, a huge amount of growth. And of course, this year, Brazil regulated online gaming and sports betting.
I think we actually, last year when we did this particular Shortlist Show for the Americas, I think we highlighted the biggest developments in the industry, and that's when the talk about Brazil legalizing was happening. So I'm kind of getting a deja vu about the discussion, but the thing is that now the thing we discussed will happen as actually happened. Yes, Brazil officially launched its legal market on the 1st of January, and it has been incredible to witness it. Funnily enough, I actually visited Brazil in February, March, and I was quite fascinated by how much the industry has indeed exploded, because everywhere you walk around, you see the gambling adverts. People are talking about gambling, they're not hiding away from the fact that they are betting. It's a normal thing. I think the challenge Brazil has at the moment, though, is educating people about responsible gaming and who the legal operators are, because as we know, there are quite a few legal operators. The number is actually incredible, but at the same time, there are quite a few illegal operators. But I think from what I've personally seen, the government, the Brazilian regulator, they're really investing time and effort into educating the public. So I'm very positive that the market will be okay.
Yeah, there's a journey for them to go on. As you say, the education piece highlighting legal versus illegal. We don't need to go into too many specific cases, but obviously there's been a lot of influencer marketing issues and things like that. Once the market figures that out, or as you say, education and the right blend of regulation, and hopefully that regulation allows for a free market and doesn't necessarily stifle regulated operators. When it comes to as you see, you would have experienced this firsthand, when it comes to the culture in Brazil, the people embrace, they're football crazy, sports mad, and there is a similar kind of looking for. There's a passion towards even if you're betting it, kind of maybe emotionally driven betting on your team, that kind of thing. So it's the potential for the market. There's talk of perhaps it even being kind of number 3 in the world in size because sheer population alone.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's why the market, as you say, last year we were talking about it, and this year, well, the talk has only increased, but also the results we're seeing, we're seeing the numbers as well.
And as you say, the sheer size of it, I think that's why it's attracted so many operators, including some operators from Asia. They're very interested in Brazil. They're not interested in other mature markets in Europe, for example, but they're very interested in Brazil. And when you ask them why, they basically say it's because of the sheer size of the market, the addressable population. And as we've seen, the biggest players in the industry, like Flutter, Bet365, they've entered the market. And I think we said that again last year, that if they're jumping on the market, it means it will be a good market.
That's a really good callback, because I remember us saying exactly that. And yeah, as you say, kind of MGM as well have a joint venture. Even brands like Betano and the growth they've had, and Superbet, and some of these on our shortlist, of course.
Yes, and the good thing about those brands, they have the experience from the mature markets. They know a lot about responsible gaming, and I think having them there will help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Worth mentioning as well, Brazil, the most exciting and talked about market, but of course there's plenty of other markets. Yeah, I mean, things happening in Argentina, in Chile. I'll try and pronounce it properly, but you probably do it better with the pronunciations than me. But plenty going on in that region.
Absolutely, and Peru as well. From the conversations I've had with suppliers and operators, a lot of them actually rank Peru quite highly on their priority list. It's already an established market. I know they still have some things to work around, but from what I've heard, it is a very exciting market. Same goes for Mexico. Argentina, definitely an interesting market. Yeah. I guess regulation is a bit difficult there because it's not just Argentinian license. It's like it's Buenos Aires City, Buenos Aires province. And as we know, but as you mentioned already, there's some influencer trouble there as well. But the land-based industry in Argentina is very strong. It is absolutely booming. I'm gonna share a personal experience again. I visited one of the casinos earlier this year, Hipódromo de Palermo, actually in our shortlist, so we will discuss it again later on. But I was absolutely amazed how busy it was. It was probably one of the busiest casinos I've ever set foot in. Honestly, there was not an empty slot machine or ETG. Like all the seats were occupied. It was absolutely buzzing, and that was in the middle of the week. It wasn't even a weekend.
Yeah. So I think from our discussions here, it's safe to deduce that the operators that made it onto our list have really earned their place because there's a lot of competition. Absolutely.
They, as always, we've done our research. We've asked industry experts and consultants to submit recommendations. So we've made sure that the best of the best are on the shortlist. And in particular, in the LatAm and Caribbean Operator of the Year category, we have a mix of obviously online operators because this is where the boom is, but we have plenty of land-based properties as well because they're still going strong. I don't think online is a threat to them at all.
Yeah. I think we should see who's in the category.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Part of why the Global Gaming Awards cover the Americas rather than just America is the undeniable size of gaming in LatAm and the Caribbean, something we've already discussed. That's why this year we've introduced a category honoring the region's most successful operators. A great place to start is Betano, a leading force across Latin America. In July this year, it ranked 8th nationally in Google searches, surpassing, surprisingly, even ChatGPT and Instagram, while sponsorships of River Plate, Flamengo, and even Bayern Munich globally have kept it at the forefront of player conversations.
Up next is Atlantis Paradise Island, which completed a $150 million transformation featuring redesigned guest rooms a reimagined casino, and new Michelin star dining options. With iconic art, world-class amenities, and the Aquaventure water park, Atlantis remains a global entertainment landmark.
Elsewhere, we have Superbet, whose Brazil CEO Alex Fonseca joined us for Gaming America's recent CEO Special Edition. Over the past year, Superbet has extended sponsorships in sports and even the carnival to solidify its emotional bond with Brazilian audiences and grow market share. I know it's very keen on reaching out to its players.
Next, Bahama, home to the Caribbean's largest casino and over 2,300 luxury rooms across 3 hotels, with a $350 million expansion to add a 4 luxury hotel underway and new signature experiences. Bahama continues to raise the bar for integrated resort excellence.
A familiar brand worldwide, Betson has long been a force in Latin America. In LatAm, it has posted 70% year-on-year growth. It's very significant, releasing exclusive games and renewing its Boca Juniors sponsorship.
We also have Bet Nacional, owned by Flutter Entertainment and setting the pace in Brazil, from pioneering Pix payments to launching Brazil's first responsible gaming campaign. Bet Nacional pairs innovation with cultural impact through major sponsorships and celebrity ambassadors.
In Argentina, Hipódromo Argentino de Palermo, I hope I pronounced that correctly, continues to set new benchmarks. It boasts over 4,500 slots and ETGs and has, over the past year, introduced new products from Zetro and Ainsworth, as well as IGT via its Betfun online brand.
Joining the shortlist, Codere Online, a leader in Spain and high-growth Latin American markets like Mexico, Panama, and Buenos Aires. With double-digit growth in Mexico and in key sports partnership, Codere is strengthening its digital-first strategy across the region.
Our penultimate nominee, Bet365, is another global powerhouse that has invested heavily in LatAm over the past 12 months. In late 2024, it launched in Peru, building on earlier market entries in Mexico and the Buenos Aires province. This year, it expanded into the newly regulated Brazilian market, where it is one of the early leaders.
And finally, Grupo Caliente, which controls more than half of Mexico's gaming market while expanding across Latin America. In the past year, the company signed a multi-year technology and service agreement with IGT, which will see IGT Play Sports power 42 retail sportsbook in Mexico and more than 100 additional venues across Antigua, Argentina, Aruba, Brazil, Ecuador, Panama, Paraguay, and Uruguay.
For our next category, we have Customer Loyalty Program of the Year. Historically dominated by MGM Resorts and Caesars, this category displays appreciation for organizations that have continuously placed the customers at the very heart of their operations, leading the way in acquisition and retention strategy. The Customer Loyalty Program of the Year category is sponsored by Interblock. Our first nominee and previous category winner, MGM Resorts and MGM Rewards. It's won this award 4 out of the past 5 years. Now, having surpassed 50 million members this year, MGM Resort Rewards continues to go from strength to strength. Next, we see Fanatics again. Fanatics Betting and Gaming's Fan Cash program leverages the operator's exclusive partnerships with prestigious sports leagues and has drawn consistent engagement from 75% of the company's overall customer base. Joining them is Rush Street Interactive's iRush Rewards. Unveiled last August, this revamped tiers system has introduced new complementary benefits via a points-based system, allowing SGP bettors even greater value when they bet with BetRivers. DraftKings Dynasty Awards is our next nominee. Available to both DraftKings and Golden Nugget online casino players, this program offers top-tier rewards ranging from high-end merchandise to once-in-a-lifetime travel and hospitality experiences. Next, we have this category's 2021 winner, Caesars Entertainment with Caesars Rewards. Indeed, with 60 million members, Caesars Rewards is the largest loyalty program in iGaming and continues to set the standard, with recent additions including rewards on everyday purchases and unlocking exclusive benefits across travel, entertainment, dining, and gaming. Also landing a spot on the shortlist is Yamava's Club Serrano, which unlocks player access to exclusive retreat spots and entertainment events, as well as coveted collectible item prizes such as luxury watches and even high-end muscle cars. That sounds very cool. Next on the shortlist is Penn Entertainment's Penn Play, which has continued to evolve as a leading loyalty program. Now with 30 million members and available across 35 plus locations. Indeed, Penn Play's 2024 partnership with Ticketmaster allowed members to redeem rewards for tickets to concerts, sports events, and experiences. Hard Rock International's Unity program is next on the nominee list, boasting global rewards at the brand's world-famous casinos, hotels, rock shops, and cafes. Members who earn Unity points gain access to enhanced experiences at over 200 global locations. Next is Mohegan's Momentum, which over the past year has been subject to continuous enhancements by expanded partnerships and more tailored rewards, cementing its reputation as one of the most versatile loyalty programs in the industry. Finally, in this category, we have Choctaw Casinos and Resorts Rewards Club, which this year has seen the introduction of the hugely popular 3 months, 3 millionaires initiative for the third year running, following its 2023 revamp, which introduced an enhanced suite of gaming, dining, shopping, and other resort experiences. And that concludes the categories for episode 1 of this year's Shortlist Show. But there's plenty more to come in episode 2 and 3. So for now, that's bye for now from me.
Thank you, Tim. Yes, as you said, we'll be back with part 2 very soon, where we'll discuss all the supply categories where we actually have quite a few new categories. So exciting things to discuss. We'll see you all soon.